Is The Boys Season 4 a bit of a bomb? Amazon will tell you that viewership has grown by 21% with Season 4. However, has been declining as per metrics. So I thought I'd take a look at this because the ratings are really bad in terms of Rotten Tomatoes reviews. Like, the reviews are generally pretty bad. And with the last episode, there's been a pretty big wave of backlash. So I thought we'd take a look because even though we've had a lot of backlash to the last episode, it had a decline from the previous episode to the most recent episode. So even the amount of people that watched the excessively R-rated episode was less. There is a declining viewership. Now, I'll preface with my opinion on The Boys Season 4, and then we'll dive into finding out some bits and pieces about it, is I don't know, like it's severely lacking some of the Season 1 charm. There are some decisions which are, I don't know, it just feels like it's lacking. It feels like it's trying to one-up itself whilst also not maintaining a good story to hold those R-rated and one-upmanship moments together. I don't know yet, basically, in short, but it's not as good a narrative as the previous seasons have been. So we'll take a look anyway, dive right into this with me today. Hit subscribe if you're new here, folks, and do turn the bell notifications on. But like I said, Amazon came out and said, this is all the way back in June. They said, hey, look, viewership has now grown by 21% for Season 4. So it said this. We'll recap just this briefly. So Season 4 of The Boys has made a strong debut, according to Amazon. The studio says that the new episodes achieved 21% more viewership in its first 4 days of streaming than Season 3's launch reached in the same amount of time. The exact figures were not provided because they don't have to. So Amazon also notes that this is the series' 4th consecutive season of growth, putting it among the streamer's 5 biggest TV seasons ever when measuring 4 days of premiere viewership. Isolating for solely returning seasons, The Boys Season 4 is Amazon's second biggest, beat only by Reach's Season 2 debut in December. Now, what does that actually mean? Well, it might have grown, you know, in its first few days of viewership, but even if we're just looking at this, for instance, this is Variety's streaming original charts presented by Luminate. It's actually, it's down. It's down 5% in terms of minutes watched. So, yeah, it's not a growth. The percentage change is a minus 5% from week to week. So it may have opened with more viewership, but it is a declining viewership now. So I thought this was interesting because there's obviously been a pretty massive wave of backlash, actually, because of the last episode. Now, one thing I will just say real quick, what's not on there? The Acolyte. Anyway, I thought you guys would enjoy that, to be honest. That means it's completely, destroyed itself. And there's nothing actually from Disney on here, which is quite interesting. But like I said, right, there's been a wave of backlash. Let's take a look. I mean, yeah, Season 4 of The Boys. People just aren't really enjoying it that much. It's not getting as much sort of positive praise as previous seasons. Please fire the writers for Season 4. The show is slow, boring, and just plain gross at times. It's that shock factor. Now, there will be a contingent of these, and I'll be remiss if I didn't say it. There'll be a contingent of these reviews, I'm sure, that will be referencing Eric Kripke's comments about the show being about Trumpism. This is something he did actually come out and say, which is a dumb thing to say anyway, and it's a dumb thing to base your whole show on, but fine, whatever. So I'm sure there'll be some of it. Even this, for instance, I'm curious to what people actually like about it other than sticking it to the other side. Predictable plot, soap opera-esque musical score, and shallow characters. Don't waste your time, read the graphic novel. Again, shock factor, play by numbers type thing. People are referencing the writing's not good. Writing fell off a cliff. I was so excited for next week's episode. The first 3 seasons, now I just don't care. I imagine the show is nothing like the source material anymore. I don't know, I'm not a fan. Poor writing, as the storyline is lost. It's all over the place. Lost its luster and roots. And that's the thing, that's the thing I'm getting from this series, this season, is it's lost that charm. It's not... Yeah, it hasn't quite captured that magic as the first few seasons did. Because they were really, really good. I can't get back the time I wasted watching these pointless episodes that are basically filler. The Boys has developed from compelling characters and satire to perverted content designed for shock value. Again, but remember, out of all of the complaints on this, 5% less total minutes watched. So it's lost a considerable portion of the viewership. And then, this is where we get these sort of articles like this, which goes to show, I think, that the ratings are falling off. It's not a bomb by any stretch, but it's definitely gone downhill. The Boys Season 4, Episode 6 leaves fans disgusted after excessive X-rated scenes. There's loads of articles like this. Warning, the following article contains spoilers. Amazon's Prime The Boys has always been known for its explicit content, but even by its own standards, the latest episode, titled Dirty Business, has fans feeling it may have crossed a line. So the 6th episode of Season 4 revolves around an exclusive bash for the right-wing political elite and a few powerful soups, including the Homelander and other members of the Seven. As part of a covert operation led by MM and his crew, Huey Campbell is tasked with going undercover as a soup named Webweaver. However, things take a dark turn at the party hosted by Tech Knight, who lures Huey into a hidden sex dungeon, and the billionaire with sadomasochistic tendencies then unveils his plan to perform unthinkable acts on the man he thinks is Webweaver, with Vort's potential CEO Ashley Barrett, even participating in the unsettling antics at one point. Huey endures some deeply disturbing foreplay before Tech Knight uncovers his true identity and threatens a petrified Huey with a knife. Thankfully, Huey's friends, Kimiko and Starlight, swoop in to save him before any serious physical harm can be done. And this is the thing, everyone's on Reddit, everyone's on Twitter saying, yeah, this is pretty gross, to be honest. Okay, well, a lot of that was super disgusting. I don't even know what to say about Huey, Tech Knight, Ashley stuff. Another added their thoughts saying, the Tech Cave reveal was horrifying. I'm so afraid for Huey. That's not too bad, to be fair. A fan expressed their unease, says Huey just getting essayed for minutes on end was a super uncomfortable watch. Amazon ain't afraid to let the creatives do insane shit. I've legit anxiety watching Huey in the scenes. Well, someone asked, what the F am I even watching? And this is the thing, it's just left people go like, what? Like, why are we just watching, why are we just watching, why has he just been raped and then, yeah, like, what's going on? Like, why are we watching this? So it has, from what, it can appear to be anyway, people believe that, yeah, it's kind of lost its charm and it's just going for gross shock factor. And that goes all the way down now to some of the comments with respect to Eric Kripke here, saying that SA is basically hilarious. I guess. He thinks it's absolutely hilarious. Says, let's start with the Tech Knight sex dungeon part where the idea came from. Well, that's a dark way to look at it. We view it as hilarious. I mean, his dad did just die and then he was, raped, basically. So, alright. Anyway, there's not much else really to say, to be honest. Is it bombing, though? Is it bombing? Well, the reviews aren't great. The reviews are pretty poor. The viewership has gone down. So can we say that, it's as good as they say it is here? It might have grown by 21%. But it's down now. So they're losing people week on, week out. What do you guys think? I don't necessarily think it's bombing, but I think it's definitely sort of disenfranchising people from it. It's not good on the ratings, is it? Let's be honest. So let me know what you think down below. I'd love to hear it. Thanks so much. Leave your thoughts down below. Hit subscribe if you're new here. Please do support the channel further via Patreon. We do get demonetized, so it would be great if you could help out. And the first link down below will take you there. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.